Some challenges on MasterChef are just brutal, but these contestants completely fell apart under pressure.
No, I need you to look at me! Talk to me. I'm not your kid, okay? First of all, you need to chill out.
First up, meet Jim, a martial arts instructor who had no control over himself. And what was he gonna cook?
Redneck sushi.
Redneck sushi, yeah, so it's a blend of sushi and barbecue.
I do not want to taste it ever, but at least he was confident about the dish.
What's the secret of it?
The barbecue sauce that I make, it's a white barbecue sauce.
A white
Barbecue sauce.
And the more he described the details of his dish, the worse it got.
What is the actual meat? What cut? What animal?
It's a chicken breast.
I mean, just look at the faces of the judges. They were baffled. So he was working with chicken breast, right? Now, listen to him describe how he braised it.
Normally what I do is I do a beer butt chicken. I spice rub it, put the beer inside of it, make sure it's really nice and moist.
All their faces, especially Joe's, screamed for help. Obviously, the concept itself was flawed, but Jim's audacity, it was next level. Fast forward a bit, and it was time for the tasting.
Can you call that sushi?
Yeah, absolutely I can call that sushi.
Yes, please, go ahead and fight with Gordon Ramsay on the definition and taste of sushi. So, what was the verdict, you ask?
It's clearly a no. Sorry.
It works for me, so I think it's a yes.
For me, it's a no.
Predictable, right? Believe me. Graham looked like he thought Jim was gonna pull a gun to his head. I mean, it was such a reluctant yes. But how did Jim take the rejection? Why, with grace, of course.
Pieces of Those guys are so full of they don't even know what they're doing.
Now, that's scary. So scary that even the judges were trembling. Meanwhile, Ramsay was sitting there laughing in his black belt.
That guy's gonna come back and kick your ass, man. Security!
But wait till you watch the nasty fight that Natasha instigated after losing a challenge in season 4.
Yeah, the cauliflower puree was disgusting. Excuse me?
And Natasha took that personally.
Excuse me? You. Disgusting is harsh.
I think it was a fair assessment. Luca, trying to keep things calm, didn't get far. Natasha took it to heart and snapped back.
That is disrespectful to talk about food saying that it's disgusting. You don't call food disgusting, period. You're in a competition, you never call food disgusting.
If only I could count the number of times Chef Ramsay has used the word disgusting to describe some of the dishes in the competition's history.
Disgusting. Disgusting. That's why you will never be on my team ever.
I mean, what's the point of yelling so much?
There were people that were in charge of it. You don't say that to someone. I didn't say anything about what happened with your meal. Because I don't do that. But I will now.
Bree tried to console Beth, but the tension in the room was as thin as Joe's head full of hair.
Stop. No. Seriously, you are doing nothing to help the problem. You are literally causing it.
Good.
We are still a team.
Can I say that I just hated Natasha at that moment?
Breakdown much? It's my second pressure test. You don't see me falling to pieces.
Then there was Mr. Big Mouth with a god complex. Evan from season 10, who thought it was a good idea to pick fights with the judges.
Smaller on the bottom, they get bigger on top. Are you sure?
He thought mouthing off Joe would be the best idea.
Yeah. Bit mangled. We didn't get to many of these, huh?
Wasn't my best effort.
So he admits he cannot even do the basics.
A little bit deficiency in the onions, deficient on the fish and the yolks. Sorry, Evan, you're staying down here.
Evan's occasional backtalk during judging, disagreeing with the judges, or quietly protesting.
Baking is not like making an omelet or cooking a steak where you touch it and you feel it. There's a science to this.
I had my eye on the clock. I executed to the best of my ability.
Yeah was still somewhat mildly bearable, but that defiance escalated into full-blown defensiveness soon enough. In episode 6, he ends up questioning the authority of not one, but 2 judges.
Well, we didn't say it was that good. It said we just
Well, if it wasn't that good, I wouldn't be here.
Okay, you know what, Evan?
Conflict in the kitchen arose when judges Sanchez and Joe questioned him about his approach to cooking Chipotle spice skirt steak during the Latin-inspired challenge. Evan mentioned he intended to sear the steak in a non-stick pan, prompting Joe to suggest otherwise.
How are you gonna cook the skirt steak?
I'm gonna sear it off.
In what?
Aki.
Why not a grill plate or a cast iron pan? You want to make the best dish possible, you got to use the appropriate equipment.
Aaron too agreed that a cast iron pan would retain heat better and provide a better char.
They retain heat better, and they also give you a better char. This is
The first steak I cooked you gentlemen, which won me my apron, was cooking non-stick.
just say yes, chef, and move on? But no. He stood there arguing with the judges. Evan didn't appreciate having his judgment questioned, so a debate over surf and turf ensued. Things escalated further when Aaron cautioned him, saying he didn't need to be so defensive.
You don't have to bust our balls, okay?
I'm here to show you what I can do. I'm comfortable with these ingredients. I use these ingredients on a regular basis.
Rather than refocusing on his dish, Evan made one final jab by boasting about his experience cooking well over 100 skirt steaks.
Ingredients on a regular basis. I've cooked well over 100 pounds of skirt steak in my day.
Then he failed to comply to Ramsey's instructions on apple tart tatin.
I have family members that bake semi-professionally.
That's not going to help you tonight. You need to know
I spent a little time with them learning some tips, so...
Here, we had contestants humbled by their lack of experience in making the dish and not being afraid to seek help from the judges, and then there's him.
I don't need Gordon's step-by-step instructions. I can knock out awesome dishes with what I got up here.
Yeah, it's not like Chef Ramsay's one of the most famous chefs in the world, having spent his entire life perfecting his craft, earning millions of dollars, and multiple Michelin stars along the way. So hey, you're probably right, Evan. The judges found his tart dry, lacking caramelization, and oddly flat. The end is shocking.
Aesthetically, it looks like a tarte fine. It's like you've got puff paste with sliced apples on there.
Ramsay asked if he'd sliced the apples thinner than instructed. Evan admitted.
In half?
No, I cored and quartered the apples.
Quartered.
Quartered.
Like little slices of apples this
I
big?
took the halves and half them.
Turns out, he thought a quarter was bigger than a half.
So the problem you've got there is that they'll never, ever retain any form of structure whilst caramelizing. I didn't cut mine into quarters.
So much for not needing Ramsay's instructions. When asked about bake time, Evan said 22 minutes, smaller apples, longer bake than the 18 minutes Gordon advised.
Do you often bake without a timer? Do you drive without looking at the speedometer?
I don't drive that often living in the city.
As much as I hate Joe, he nailed it. Evan's crust was good, but the dish was no tarte tatin.
Where is the caramel? Look, there's nothing. There's no caramel. Nothing. Where is it? This is not a tarte tatin.
No caramel, overcooked apples.
The whole part of a tarte tatin for me is that beautiful balance of having it caramelized and also having a little bite to it.
Even during his elimination, he remained cocky as ever.
In the end, it doesn't matter. I still feel like my experience and my knowledge base means that I was the best chef in this competition. This is not the end of my culinary journey. This is just the beginning.
But you will not believe how argumentative Jeff from season 8 was.
So you think that's good enough to send? Just so I know where you are standard-wise.
I don't, actually, and we're gonna get 2 more orders.
So don't dare send me your again.
Talking back to Ramsay can sometimes put your whole MasterChef career on stake.
Because I look a bigger dick than you.
I'm not a dick for one.
Just as Giovanni from Hell's Kitchen, how this ends.
We can debate about the dick a bit later.
Are you kidding? You need to shut your mouth. You can't be yelling at Chef Ramsay like that. You need to show him some respect.
No kidding, Dino. I mean, the dude is the definition of being way over in your head.
How would you rate this platter out of 10?
3 or a 4.
I beg to differ. I would have actually gone a little bit higher. I would have gone a 7 because everything is there.
Because everything's there, it doesn't mean that this is on a 7.
And could barely perform well under pressure without throwing a fit.
There's not enough. There's not enough.
Uh-oh.
Jeff is losing it back there.
Watch him get humbled in a protein-based mystery box challenge. When Ramsay asked how he cooked the salmon, Jeff said
Medium rare, but going more towards a rare.
Ramsay cut into it, found it raw.
That's exactly what I want.
Jeff, come on. Are you trying to poison me?
No.
Pretty sure that was rhetorical. Tasting it, Ramsay compared the salmon to sushi.
It's weird. It's like sushi there. The fibers haven't even gone.
Jeff smugly claimed he wanted it rare, bragging about the crispy skin.
That's what I was going for. I wanted it to be on the rarer side.
Come on, young man. Are you saying you wanted it that rare?
How smug. Ramsay shut it down. Raw salmon, cucumber and apple gratin, and feta don't belong together. And yes, the salmon was still raw.
With rubber skin topped with feta cheese?
You know, I did go for a nice crispy skin.
Stout and cranberries and gratin and cucumber and raw salmon with feta cheese don't go. Period.
Not a humble bone in that man's body.
Thank you.
I felt for you and given 20 minutes. But you're not going to lecture me that that's how you wanted to cook the salmon, because the salmon's raw, Jeff.
Thank you.
Look at his body language. Later at the MasterChef restaurant, Dino teased Jeff about making sushi.
No.
Couldn't be wrong. But why do you serve it raw?
It sparked an argument.
Go make a spaghetti and meatball.
Go make a what?
Go make another spaghetti and meatball.
We're making a spaghetti meatball for your lady tonight.
yourself.
That Jeff quickly took personally.
Should they make the $250,000 out to your therapist or to you?
Low blow, but Dino's comeback was goated. Jeff was called up for elimination with Yacheshia. Ramsey accused him of cooking like he didn't care. When Yacheshia was eliminated, Ramsey also sent Jeff packing. Raw fish, poor attitude, defensive, unteachable.
And Jeff, you get so defensive. It's just hard to get through to you, and we felt that we just can't teach you anymore because you're not prepared to listen.
Next, meet someone who could give him a run for his money.
Rule number one, that chefs need to season things smartly and not allow the customer to season it. That's the whole idea.
Okay.
Yes, Christopher from season 6. I'll never understand how one can be so delusional to disrespect Gordon Ramsay. Here's what went down. The contestants had to cook gnocchi in a sage brown butter sauce. Christina wasn't impressed with Christopher's presentation.
First of all, I'm just disappointed in the presentation. From a brown butter sauce standpoint, typically you'll find the sauce on the outer edges of the plate so that when you're ready to dig into it, you pull it over rather than having it sit in that brown butter sauce.
Gotcha.
Strike 1. Dumplings lacked flavor and texture.
Your dumplings are definitely more on the under-seasoned side.
Okay.
Then Ramsey asked about the random black pepper dust line on the plate. Christopher thought it was art. Ramsey thought it was pointless.
Now, have you got a little ant infestation?
Chris's arrogant, defiant body language said it all.
Rule number one, that chefs need to season things smartly and not allow the customer to season it. That's the whole idea.
Okay.
He even rolled his eyes. Christina caught it, and she was not having it.
The size.
So, Christopher, rolling your eyes to the balcony while Gordon's tasting your dish, just to be clear, when we say we see everything, we mean it.
What a brat. She cut straight to the point.
If you're gonna be that disrespectful, why are you here?
That behavior, inexcusable. My jaw dropped. What was he thinking?
You can hold that back door open for it if you want. We don't even have to taste Tommy's dish.
Christopher tried to respond, but fumbled. No clue where the overconfidence came from. It's not like the dish was good. Ramsey then revealed Christopher never tasted the dough before blanching. Rookie mistake. Definitely not MasterChef material.
Big issue is it needs more seasoning. Season the dish, not the plate. It was interesting because I was watching you like a hawk. You didn't taste the mixture before you blanched it.
Strike 3, but brace yourself for the worst. In episode 9 of season 2, contestants had 60 minutes to make a vegetarian masterpiece. No salads, no sides. Only the top 3 dishes would be tasted, so everyone fought to stand out. While checking stations, Ramsey spotted one creation that was flat out substandard.
The lack of protein. No meat, no fish. Put that person into obscurity.
And who might that be?
Christian!
He listed everything wrong with it.
It wasn't cohesive. It wasn't properly thought through, and the whole sort of style of the dish was strange.
Christian wasn't having it. Offended, defensive, and insisting the judges were wrong.
I think you're wrong. I don't think my dish is the worst dish here.
Judges asked him to listen. Christian basically said, request denied.
This dish looked pretty. Think what you want.
Oh, yeah. Things were about to go down.
Well, you have the right to disagree, but we're telling you the way we see it, and we thought the dish sucked.
Ramsey stepped in with a blunt reality check.
I don't agree with you.
Well, we're trying to give you constructive criticism. If you're a man, you'd take it on the chin.
And yes, he knows exactly how to put punks in check.
Unfortunately, your talent's not matching your arrogance. The dish was a letdown.
He has always been this cocky. Let's look back on MasterChef Season 2, Episode 11, Lobster Challenge. High stakes, high pressure, even higher egos. Jennifer Baim, the scrappy server-turned-chef with something to prove, plated a lobster dish that soared.
I took the whole lobster and just slow basted it, and I braised off some fennel, did puff pastry, did lobster whipped mashed potatoes with roasted garlic.
Elegant, precise, confidently executed, it got nods from all 3 judges.
It's delicious.
Thank you, chef.
It's got that rustic charm. And smart, cooking with the oven door open, closed, and adjusting to the sort of speed of the butter basting the lobster. Congratulations.
Thank you, chef.
Even Joe, usually one glare away from turning into stone, seemed, dare we say, pleased. Cut to Christian Collins.
Christian, why don't you tell me why you think you should be up here?
I think the sauce is delicious, and my lobster's cooked perfectly.
Christian, you are not in the top 3.
From day one, Christian had acted like he was doing the competition a personal favor by showing up.
You know, you went in thinking that you were going to be number 1, but then things started to go awry, and it looked like there was just such an anger with your cooking. When you cook angry, I think it comes out in the food.
Agree? Thought so. As the judges praised Jennifer, Christian tuned out, grabbed his fork, and...
Just eat
together that just has a really nice rustic feel.
Yep, he started eating his own dish, sulking through someone else's moment. No feedback, no professionalism, just a public pout. Message received, if it's not about Christian, he's not interested. Enter Joe Bastianich.
Thank you so much.
Hey, Christian, why don't you have the same respect for these people that they do for you?
Normally, his critiques land somewhere between a mafia shakedown and a TED Talk, but this time, he was razor sharp. He called Christian out for being a whiny punk, tuning out during someone else's win.
Put the silverware down and behave like you belong in this kitchen and show these people the same respect they show you.
And for once, we were all Team Joe. This wasn't about who cooked lobster better, it was about acting like you belong in a professional kitchen. Jennifer did. Christian didn't. She won. His behavior wasn't just petty, it was revealing. Week after week, Christian showed flashes of brilliance in the kitchen, then full-blown tantrums outside it.
I think you're wrong. I don't think my dish is the worst dish here. Esther's dish looked pretty. Think what you want.
He could plate with finesse, but couldn't stand praise for anyone else. Ceiling high, floor in the basement. The irony? In trying so hard to be the alpha, he only looked small.
Well, you have the right to disagree, but we're telling you the way we see it, and we thought the dish sucked.
I don't agree with you.
And when you mess up on MasterChef, you best believe you're in for some trouble.
Because if not, I'm gonna personally come over there and throw you out of here. You show no respect, and I'm not gonna deal with it.
Overdue. Brace yourself next for Sarah, full of unearned confidence, claiming something that sounds like famous last word.
I'm super happy. I mean, I've made this dish 1,000 times, and I know it tastes good. This is just guaranteed spot top 10, man.
I think I've seen this film before, so here's what went down. She presents a peanut butter tart with strawberries and a few other elements, but none of that matters because Chef Ramsay can't taste any peanut butter at all.
That I cannot taste any peanut butter.
I tasted it several times. To me, it tastes like a peanut butter and strawberry jam sandwich.
Oh no, girl. With a dumbstruck smile awkwardly plastered on her face, Sarah decides this is the perfect moment to argue with Gordon Ramsay about what he can or cannot taste.
But there's no peanut butter in there.
Okay.
You got creme fraiche in there.
A tiny bit, like a half a teaspoon,
Half
with
a teaspoon.
tablespoons of peanut butter.
Upon Sarah's insistence that she had indeed used peanut butter, Gordon swiftly dismissed the idea, saying it was impossible.
The rest is peanut butter. Impossible. Even the color doesn't look anywhere near as dark as peanut butter.
Sarah then made a sin that I'm sure Dante Alighieri has mentioned in his book.
You can argue all you want. You've got pastry cream with strawberries on, and you've made me a strawberry tart.
Yeah, she laughed in Chef Ramsay's face, and he sharply concluded that she clearly didn't care, turning on his heel and walking away.
I care about your performance. You sound like you don't care about your performance. It's bland. You've missed the point.
Perhaps her laughter was an awkward defense mechanism, an instinctive reaction to the overwhelming pressure. Or maybe she was simply that deluded, laughing in the face of the man who controlled her fate. Either way, Graham didn't like it too.
The tart shell itself is so thick and so undercooked that when you get a bite of everything together, it gets a little doughy, and it definitely doesn't have that peanut butter jelly explosion.
Yes, he agreed with Chef Ramsay's assessment, but Sarah was adamant.
I didn't think it was bad, so.
Maybe the only person that's gonna like it apart from you is Shelly. Thanks,
All right, thank you.
So, the departing chef will either be Shelly, who by the cook's strawberry beef condom, or Sarah. The duo stepped forward, with Shelly looking visibly deflated and Sarah oddly bubbly. Chef Ramsay explained that tonight's decision came down to who the judges believe was most teachable and who would continue to grow.
Who's the most receptive to our advice? Who can continue to grow in this competition?
With that statement, the outcome became clear. Sarah was sent home and Shelly was deemed safe. Although, can you really teach someone who puts strawberries and beef inside a spring roll? Personally, I would have dismissed both of them. Next, we have to mention her...
You want to be a smart ass? I can be a smart ass too. I don't think it's at the level. Well, I'm the one that matters anyway, what I think, so.
How can we not? In one of the episodes, her team ended up losing the challenge.
I'd like to chop somebody's head off for going in this pressure test. No names.
When they returned after the loss, Team Captain Jordan decided to save Howard and James first before securing his own spot. That's when Chrissy got a bit petty in her reaction to Jordan's choices.
An honor is honor. That was a big move. In my neighborhood, that'd get your ass kicked. Captain goes down with the ship.
I agree with the captain going down with the ship thing, but since it's coming from her, oh well. Because cut to the firefighter challenge, and once again, Chrissy was back to being herself.
Beth is like one of those hipster people in Philly that I can't stand.
Nutmeg might be more
we don't
brilliant
have
than cumin.
nutmeg, so that's why I suggested the cumin. You know what, Beth? I'm sick of you already.
Hold up, hold up, hold up. Then what did you mean when you said this?
She hates you.
Oh, absolutely.
Why would she hate you?
I have no idea.
You don't even know each other.
Exactly.
Okay, so only she can hate people for no reason, right? But wait, because when she had the chance to save herself in another challenge where she was captain,
I'm not going to disappoint my kid.
Jordan, any vindication here?
I just find it funny how much Josh he had to give me when I did it.
They already don't like me, so I really don't care what they think. My kid would want me to go up them stairs, and that's what I'm doing.
I mean, wasn't the captain supposed to go down with the ship? What a hypocrite. Then came her infamous catfish dish.
I just never had it any other way.
Are you cooking for the judges tonight to stay in this competition, or are you cooking for yourself again?
I'm cooking for the judges.
Right.
And then came Joe, berating her through and through, describing the taste as muddy. To add a dramatic flair, he asked her to shut up, like a third grader.
You think you know it all? Then go cook it all yourself at home. Because this defensive act, no, just listen to me a second. At this point, you're wasting my time.
Oh yeah, this is one of the times when I truly sided with Joe. However, Chrissy defended her dish, claiming it wasn't muddy as Joe had stated. This sparked anger from him, feeling she was talking behind his back. However, given Joe's penchant for drama, it was challenging to take his reaction seriously.
My fish tastes great. It doesn't taste muddy.
Hey, Christy, whispering to buddies around you is not gonna help you.
I said I knew it.
If you want to talk behind my back, have the balls to say it up here in front of me.
Then came that group challenge of feeding 101 surfers, where her team lost, so they retreated to the wine cellar to strategize on who to rescue from the elimination round. What follows between Bri and Chrissy? It's explosive and intense.
You better shut the up, Bri.
Really? What are you gonna do? Good, I hope you...
That was so unnecessary, but eventually, the team saved Jordan from the pressure test. Consequently, Luca, Chrissy, Bree, and Savannah found themselves in a high-stakes pressure test, tasked with preparing chicken breast in 3 distinct ways: sautéed, fried, and stuffed, for the judges within a stringent 40-minute time frame. Chrissy was smugly self-assured.
This is nothing for me. Luca's never made fried chicken, Savannah's never made fried chicken, and Bree doesn't know what the she's doing.
However, right in the middle of the cooking frenzy, Luca candidly confided in Ramsey, expressing the collective exhaustion and desire for Chrissy to exit the competition. Ramsey, sensing an undercurrent, directly questioned the group about the sentiment, and they all nodded in agreement, echoing Luca's sentiment. In response, Chrissy nonchalantly laughed it off, saying,
Public enemy #1.
Ah, what an honor it must have been. But she wasn't done.
I cannot stand her. She is the epitome of the girls that I used to beat up in high school. I hate her.
Chrissy's behavior was certainly hard to swallow. Confessing to being a bully and openly threatening physical harm to fellow competitors is unacceptable, no matter the context, even in reality TV. In my opinion, the show should prioritize the well-being of its contestants. She became worse as the competition progressed. During Luca's Team Choice Challenge, Chrissy found herself partnered with Jesse, aiming to craft a 3-course meal using the season's most extensive mystery box. Right from the start, tensions brewed as Chrissy and Jesse struggled to find common ground. As the challenge progressed, Chrissy, feeling out of her depth with crepes, confessed her discomfort to Jesse, who retorted with a reminder of Chrissy's earlier abandonment during the lobster task, escalating the conflict.
Jesse, it's just sticking. I've never made crepes. I'm not familiar with them. Jesse, I am not comfortable doing the crepes.
And she snapped and grew extremely violent.
I literally am going to take this hot pan and smash it in her face.
Unacceptable. The tension reached its peak, pushing Chrissy to seek refuge in the equipment room to compose herself, leaving Jesse to manage the task solo.
I have got to get out of this kitchen right now, or I am seriously going to go to jail today.
Their strained collaboration resulted in a lackluster 3-course meal, paling in comparison to Luca's and Natasha's, thus landing them in the pressure test.
Why do you always let other members in your team take over and then say nothing, but then throw them under the bus when it comes to taking responsibility?
Sometimes it's not the dish that breaks you, it's the pressure.
I mean, this is MasterChef Canada.
Danny stepped up with confidence, but the moment his dish hit the counter, something felt off. Well, you know how it goes. You played it thinking it's a masterpiece, and then the room quietly starts judging.
What's going on here? Smelled croquettes with chili lime sauce.
Danny, saw you out there, arms folded like this. You're very cool.
Always.
Imagine standing there hoping a dish would save you, only to realize it was doomed way before it even touched the fork. That was Danny. Arms folded, standing tall, radiating confidence. Can't believe how this dude had the audacity to snap back when Alvin called him out.
I see.
And guess what? Danny hadn't even plated a full bite before disaster struck. Alvin took one taste, and just like that, Danny's confidence started crumbling right there in front of everyone.
Is this a joke? I mean, This is MasterChef Canada. And you give me this?
And that was it. Danny had just been questioned. Every ounce of his MasterChef existence laid bare.
I'm pretty much screwed.
Danny slumped back, trying to pretend it wasn't happening. But every judge's eye was on him. And Alvin? He didn't need to say another word. Danny already knew he'd lost before the plates were clear. But have you ever walked into a kitchen and just knew trouble was coming?
You know that expression, my dog ate my homework?
That's what that looks like.
No, it looks like your dog attacked it.
That was Thea's moment. Poised, hopeful, but already skating on thin ice. Every step toward the judges' table felt like a countdown.
I know it tastes good. I am even having a hard time looking at it.
Nectarine, lemon, sponge cake, caramelized peach.
And then there was the cake. A nectarine lemon sponge, pretty enough to promise hope, but if you already knew it was off, why even plate it? Well, you know how sometimes you ignore the warning signs and then wonder why you're in trouble.
You know that expression, my dog ate my homework?
That's what that looks like.
No, it looks like your dog attacked it.
She brought her dessert forward, thinking it would shine. Alvin's reaction instantly became legendary. One glance, one line, and the kitchen collectively grimaced.
It's good. It tastes really good. Good flavors, good acidity, but...
You know that feeling when something looks promising, but instantly makes you question every life choice that led you here? Good flavors, good acidity, and yet, something off.
Is this MasterChef quality? Do you have that technique to be in this kitchen?
I do, chef, I do.
Well, it's not on this plate.
Just when you thought she might have survived the moment, Alvin's words landed like a sledgehammer. Heart racing, hope rising, and then instantly flattened.
There were 3 dishes that failed to achieve the standard that we were looking for. May, Alice, Taya, please come up to the front.
Even though the dish barely kept her out of the bottom 3, you could almost taste relief. But then Alvin struck, and the way he tore into it, instantly legendary, unforgettable, and brutally precise. And just like that, the tension didn't fade. It only thickened, setting the stage for the next contestant to face the Demon Chef's wrath.
You know what you're doing?
Just when Kyle opened the mystery box, he knew something was about to go very wrong. Sweet, savory, chaotic. Every ingredient seemed to whisper, good luck. And there he was, knife in hand, staring down a stir-fry that was already scheming against him.
Hi, Kyle.
Alvin, how are you today, chef?
I'm good. Are you confident?
I'm very confident.
Very confident? You're not going home, eh?
No, I'm definitely not going home.
Well, his confidence was sky high, convinced he wasn't going home. But the moment he faced the ingredients, doubt crept in like an unwelcome guest.
Tell me, what are you making?
I'm doing a sesame-crusted cod. I've got some nice mushrooms done up, bok choy.
I don't know how I'm gonna eat this with my chopsticks.
If you could see, the warning was already there, straight from Alvin. That size wouldn't hold. Whatever he was trying to build would barely stay together on a pair of chopsticks, and that could be the end of it.
Kyle, please bring up your dish.
I feel I'm gonna impress the judges with this dish. The sesame-crusted cod, rice done in a lobster mushroom broth, and bean sprouts, onion.
But now, it was time for Alvin to taste Kyle's creation, and the tension in the kitchen was unbearable. And what happened next would shred Kyle's confidence to pieces.
I tell you, Carl, I had stir-fries all over the world. I tell you, I've never seen like this.
Okay, so Alvin had sampled stir-fries from every corner of the world, but the main question was Kyle going to impress, or was it destined for disaster? And what he said, was it a compliment or a condemnation? The answers were about to drop, and Kyle had no clue.
Does that belong to a stir-fry? This size?
No, chef.
And just as we saw earlier, this was exactly what Kyle had been warned about, the size. If he was so sure it wouldn't even hold in a pair of chopsticks, then why did he willingly write his own fate?
What rice did you use?
I used basmati rice.
You know what you're doing.
And if the size wasn't enough of a disaster, what Kyle did with the rice pushed it even further. But the real kicker? How he was about to answer, Alvin would become the largest, most unforgettable, jaw-dropping, eye-opening, utterly catastrophic problem of all.
I would like to think so, chef.
You would like to think so. Think again.
And just when it came down to the bottom 3 after the stir-fry challenge, guess who managed to secure a place, while still facing Alvin's brutal humiliation?
Now it's time for the worst dishes of the night.
The first dish was made by a home cook whose concept was overly ambitious, and they didn't respect the basic principles of the way a stir-fry should look and taste.
Just before announcing the names, the humiliation was off the chart. The first person called out got torn apart. The dish had no basic structure, no foundation for a proper stir-fry, nothing holding it together.
And that home cook was Kyle.
And when the moment came, it was Kyle on the chopping block, but luck was on his side. Someone else had made an even bigger blunder, sparing him from elimination, at least for that day. Next up, another contestant stepped in, clueless that Alvin's verdict was about to hit hard.
Going home, I have to tell you, is not an option, and I will fight till the death
to make sure that I'm walking out of there with that white apron.
Jennifer, are you finished?
Think you've seen overconfidence? Jennifer strutted into the kitchen like she had already won. Every move, every flick of the wrist screamed, "I've got this." But in MasterChef, swagger can backfire faster than a souffle collapsing, and Alvin was ready to destroy.
My strategy to get a white apron, I am going to talk my way into those judges' hearts and help them to realize that I am going to be Canada's next MasterChef.
She thought a little strategy, a little charm might talk her way out. But in this kitchen, overconfidence has a way of sinking even the slickest moves.
So what is the dish you're preparing for us?
Blueberry, basil, and goat cheese pie. Not your grandmother's blueberry pie.
She stepped up with her pie, confidence practically spilling off the plate. Blueberry, basil, goat cheese. Fancy, ambitious, and daring. Every eye was on her pie, waiting to see if it would soar or completely crumble under the judge's gaze.
I have waited my whole life for this moment. You get one crack. This is a turning point in my life.
She kept rambling nonstop, packing every second of her 5 minutes with words, while the pie quietly waited for judgment.
You're running out of time. You gotta go.
I was never the popular kid in school. In fact, I got picked on a lot. So if anybody is watching this right now from where I grew up, lots changed.
Somewhere in the kitchen, a sharp reminder sliced through the chatter. Time's almost up, like someone trying to put a leash on a runaway train.
Jennifer, are you finished?
It's ready for your tasting.
And then came Alvin's moment, the taste that could crush her confidence instantly. Every nerve in the kitchen was taut, bracing for the ruthless precision of his critique. By the time he stepped up, frustration radiated from every glance, daring her to finish before he even spoke.
Tell me, Jennifer, this is not my grandmother's pie, right?
It's nobody's grandmother's pie.
Well,
I realized that people look at what I've made and that said, "Oh, you're the pie girl, huh?"
just listen.
I mean, what kind of comment was that?
There's definitely a lot going on there. I'm speechless.
Alvin's unpredictable verdict hung in the air, and nobody knew if it was praise or poison. The irony? His silence could be more terrifying than any scathing movement. Little did she know, every word she'd babbled was just stacking the deck against her.
Jennifer, not your grandmother's pie is not for me.
I'm just concerned about your listening skill. Can you promise me just one thing? Can you just keep quiet for 5 seconds?
And that was it. At this moment, Alvin destroyed her, not with shouts or dramatic gestures, but with words sharp enough to cut through any confidence. Even as a skilled cook, her listening, or lack thereof, was exposed, and that alone was enough to break her.
So I can put an apron around your neck.
But the sting she felt in those seconds, under the quiet precision of his gaze, was more punishing than any scream. The kicker? That was exactly what Alvin intended. Finally, the apron landed in her hands with a small, brutal reminder of who really ruled the kitchen. And just when you thought the kitchen had seen the most brutal takedown, the next contestant was about to get a lesson in fear.
You should not use the monkfish for this particular dish. It's too refined, it's too good. That's like using filet mignon in a stew. I am a little bit disappointed.
Ever had that moment when you realize your dish is about to betray you? That was Jeremy, plate in hand, hope slipping as he gripped the kitchen, and Alvin, he was just going to unleash every ounce of scrutiny. But before tearing into it, let's see what the challenge was about.
And skinning a monkfish can be a nightmare.
Jennifer and Terry, you will decide which fish gets assigned to each of your fellow home cooks.
Jennifer and Terry were handed the power to dictate fate, deciding which fish each of their fellow home cooks would face. Every decision carried weight, tension crackled in the air, and one wrong assignment could ruin a cook's entire challenge.
We are looking to test people. We want to see who we're up against.
And let's see what Jeremy drew. The kind of fish that made you pause, tilt your head, and wonder if the kitchen had suddenly become a testing ground for courage.
Monkfish, I knew it. Terry and Jennifer are sending me the message that I'm, in their eyes, one of the stronger competitors.
He sounded disappointed, but challenges come around, and you either rise to them or watch them swallow you whole.
I got monkfish, and it's a pretty ugly fish I've never really worked with before.
The monkfish has got to be the toughest.
That outer skin is like leather.
Well, it was declared the monkfish was the toughest, the one that could make even seasoned chefs break a sweat. But let's see if Jeremy could pull it off without cracking under pressure.
I'm gonna go with a traditional Filipino tamarind broth. This is something that my mom would make for us weekly, so I'm not scared. I'm never scared.
Okay, Jeremy, it's great that you weren't scared, but even the bravest cooks can falter when the challenge twists unexpectedly. Every chop, every sear, every decision could tip the balance, and he was about to find out how sharp the stakes really were.
Jeremy is doing a Southeast Asian style dish. He handled that monkfish surprisingly well.
All right, maybe the judges loved his idea, but appearances can be deceiving. Flavor, technique, timing, everything had to align perfectly.
It's called sinigang. It's monkfish with a tamarind and tomato broth with a lot of Asian vegetables.
And just like that, the dish was sitting there, daring to exist. Every second dragged, heavy with anticipation. Eyes flicked, breaths caught, and Jeremy? He was holding on by a thread, waiting for Alvin to strike.
You should not use the monkfish for this particular dish. It's too refined, it's too good.
Even before taking a single bite, the dish was flashing red flag. Alvin didn't need to taste it. Just for starters, the combination was already in question. Every glance, every angle, it was screaming, wrong choice.
That's like using filet mignon in a stew.
The opinions, the mistakes, all were laid bare by Alvin. And if that didn't leave Jeremy squirming, questioning every choice he'd made, regretting showing up, then nothing ever would.
I think it needs a little bit more complexity in the dish. You probably could have kept it on the bone. That would have done nicely. It would provide even more flavor.
Maybe the right choice wouldn't have landed Jeremy in such a situation, but Alvin didn't care for excuses. Every mistake, every hesitation was mercilessly dissected, leaving Jeremy exposed, humiliated, and questioning if he'd ever survive this kitchen.
I am a little bit disappointed.
Poor Jeremy. Every bite, every gesture, every ounce of hope crumbled under Alvin's gaze. The confidence vanished. The excuses gone. By the time he finished, Jeremy wasn't just cooked. He was completely roasted, every inch exposed to the demon chef's fury. And if you thought the heat couldn't get any fiercer, another contestant was about to feel the full force of Alvin.
At this point, I'm only feeling about 60% confident that I have any chance in this competition.
It's far from a perfect dish.
In this round, Alvin was ready to dismantle Dale's dish with surgical precision. But first, let's take a look at the challenge that dared contestants to push their limit. And Dale found himself staring straight into the eye of the storm.
Wow.
Salmon Wellington is a light and delicate pastry crust. The second delicious point is the layer of leek and Swiss chard.
And everyone, including Dale, was bracing for the challenge. Knives poised, sweat beading, and the kind of tension that makes you question all your life choices.
This is gonna be tough, man. Cook this out in an hour?
Next up, Alvin strode over to Dale's station, eyes sharp and intention sharper, ready to dissect every choice, every misstep, every bite.
Dale.
Hello, chef.
What's in there? Char?
There is char, leek, garlic.
I noticed you keep the stock in. Is that normal for you?
Dale was laying out his case, breaking down every detail of his dish. But would Alvin be swayed, or was a merciless takedown was lurking just around the corner?
I actually love the flavors of it, and I think it adds a nice element.
I think it's a little more than a tiny bit bitter.
He leaned in, tasting, nodding almost imperceptibly. Surprisingly, the flavors hit. They worked, but just enough bitterness lingered to make you wince. It wasn't a disaster yet, but it wasn't safe either.
Dale, what are you thinking? A puff pastry is not even cooked, and you're setting it on top of wet sauce?
Even the other contestants were cringing. Dale was piling half-cooked paste atop a rebellious sauce, and you could almost hear the kitchen whispering, "This is a disaster waiting to happen."
Seems to be perfect on the lighter side. But it's far from a perfect dish.
Judge Michael wasn't holding back. The verdict landed like a slab, the pastry pale and limp, barely clinging to itself. The Swiss chard? Stalks and stems ripped straight from the garden. Just when it seemed the verdict couldn't get any harsher, Alvin stepped up.
Thank you.
A lot of chunky bits here.
Alvin tore him bit by bit, eyes sharp, taking in the chaos on the plate. Salmon uneven, textures clashing, a dish teetering on disaster. His critique landed like a hammer. Dale's creation didn't stand a chance.
Rawish or light salmon on the raw side.
Every element seemed to fight for attention, none quite succeeding, and the verdict was clear. Alvin ripped him mercilessly, leaving nothing standing, exposing every flaw.
Dale and Kayla, your performance was bad enough to send you both home.
And when it came time for the final decision, Alvin didn't hold back. His words cut through the kitchen like a scalpel, leaving no doubt who had been destroyed.
You're safe. Dale, we're excited to see where life takes you. Please make sure it involves food.
It will.
Because you are one fine cook.
Every contestant walks in believing they can handle the heat. But sometimes the kitchen bites back. And it shows.
He has higher standards than anyone in the game, and I know if we don't meet them, there's gonna be hell to pay.
No pressure, right? The 6 contestants were split into 2 teams, and the stakes couldn't have been higher.
From our last challenge, Grant, you are the captain of the red team.
Thank you, Chef.
Wayne, you are the captain of the blue team.
Love that.
On the red team, Grant was joined by Jennifer and Sav. Over on the blue team, Wayne led Kennedy and Reagan. And what was on the menu?
Feeling great, Chef.
Good, Chef.
Tonight, each team will be cooking 2 appetizers and 2 entrees that are straight off my nightly menu.
Well, it was a lineup of classic Hell's Kitchen dishes, all the favorites we've ever seen on the show. Can you name them in the comments down below? Come on, you can't miss the classic HK menu if you're a fan. Now, before service, Chef Ramsay actually gave a tutorial on how to prepare each dish while the home cooks scrambled to take notes.
And then we got a lovely little chicken reduction that sits on there. And there's our first appetizer. Woo!
Now, this kind of hand-holding would never happen in Hell's Kitchen. Anyway, back to MasterChef, each team strategizes and starts working on appetizers.
Absolutely.
We just need to make sure we communicate. That it's our names on the line. It's Gordon Ramsay's name on the line. So we got to do it for them, all right?
Let's all give our best. You got
Absolutely.
this.
Red on 3, let's go.
So what happened is, Sav handles the scallops for the red team, while Kennedy takes charge of them for the blue team. Jennifer and Reagan are on risotto duty, with the team captains plating and finalizing each dish.
Kennedy, you're on scallops for the appetizers. Yep. Reagan, you're on the risotto for apps, okay? And I'm gonna be plating the whole way and helping you guys on the line when you need it.
As tickets start pouring in, the competition heats up.
All right, guys, Chef, restaurant's filling up. Table 1, table 2, tickets in, guys.
Thank
Get
you
ready,
very
good
much.
luck.
Thank you very much. Okay, blue team first, check in. 4 covers, table 2, 1 scallop, 3 risotto.
Heard, 1 scallop, 3 risotto, 6 minutes, Chef.
Not bad at all. Meanwhile, he goes over to the red team.
Red team on order, 4 covers. Hey, heard?
Heard.
6 minutes, Chef.
Let's go.
What's more is Jennifer quickly burns her first batch of risotto and has to start over.
Jennifer, how'd you burn the risotto in the first minute of opening Hell's Kitchen? We just started.
The pan was hot, yes, so it scalded it.
What do you mean it's burning hot? It's a kitchen. Right, Grant, you saw this, yeah?
Yes, Chef.
As a captain, young man, you better dig deep and find your voice quickly.
Yes, Chef.
Now, you'll of course know that in Hell's Kitchen, there are no chosen or elected team leaders for services. It's about who steps up, finds their voice, and asserts themselves to the brigade without being overbearing or obnoxious, obviously. Some contestants who attempt to be leaders end up pushing others off their stations, taking over their tasks, and then claiming credit for the work, much like him from Season 7.
He's my pet project. With my technical abilities and my leadership abilities, he could definitely be an attribute to our team.
Back to the service.
I don't love his cutthroat approach to a lot of situations. He just needs to take a step back, breathe, relax, and realize that we got this.
Kennedy quickly grows irritated with Wayne's micromanagement style, but despite the tension, the blue team manages to get their first 3 plates out. The red team soon follows, and more tickets start coming in.
Okay, red team, on order, 4 covers, table 3, 2 scallop, 2 risotto.
How many scallops have?
She didn't answer. She said how many?
And oh, Joe Bastianich was our Jean-Philippe for this episode without his charm.
You have the blue team truffled risotto with lobster. Enjoy your dinner. Thank you.
Back in the kitchen, the blue team didn't send their scallops and risotto together, and Chef Ramsay wasn't going to send an incomplete table.
Well, I've got 3 risotto, 1 scallop, so I want the 3 risotto first.
The next hiccup arises when Sav puts up mangled scallops. Chef Ramsay harshly remarked,
"They're mangled. I wouldn't say that to my bulldog. Hey, FYI, he passed 3 years ago."
I just know the Hell's Kitchen stars from all the seasons are watching this like, yeah, Sav, feel our pain. Grant remained calm, guiding and supporting Sav through the next steps.
I'm trying as much as I can to comfort her as much as I am trying to lead her. This is where we flip. Then your hand will not hit the flame, okay?
The contrasting leadership styles of Grant and Wayne were becoming evident. Grant's calm and supportive approach versus Wayne's intense and controlling demeanor. Chef Ramsay was frustrated with the red team's slow pace.
Jennifer, how long for the risotto?
I've got 3 minutes.
How long does scallops take?
This should be 2 minutes.
90 seconds.
90 seconds.
Get them out.
Yes, Chef.
They were still finding their rhythm, but the customers were growing impatient. So Chef Ramsay called for backup.
If you don't help these guys, we're never going to finish the appetizer service. Thank you. Let's go.
You, Chef.
Meanwhile, on the blue team, Reagan landed in hot water for trying to reuse leftover risotto for a new table.
Yes, Chef.
I respect you a lot.
Yes, Chef.
But don't ever disrespect me.
Yes, Chef.
If you cook that lobster tail fresh, you're going to do a fresh risotto.
Yes, Chef.
She was left mortified by the reprimand. Meanwhile, Jennifer faced her own crisis as she served up raw lobster.
Look, it's raw. Hey, it's ice cold in the middle and it's raw.
Yes.
Diners across the restaurant expressed disappointment with the red team's dishes.
We waited like 25 minutes for our appetizers, and I don't think it's up to the Gordon Ramsay standards.
Despite the setbacks, both teams managed to complete their appetizers, but the red team fell a bit short and lagged behind.
What happened?
We folded, Chef. We got behind. We didn't have a system. I didn't put a system in place. I failed as a leader during this round, Chef.
People taking responsibility, this is another thing you won't ever see in Hell's Kitchen. Great job, Grant. The blue team emerged victorious in this round, but now it was time to shift focus to the entrees. In the next round, Grant shifted Sav off the line to handle plating while he took charge of the steaks, with Jennifer focusing on the salmon for the red team.
After the appetizer guys around and moving Sav off of the line and moving her more to plating. I know she's lost some confidence, but I feel very confident that she can plate the dishes beautifully.
On the blue team, Kennedy tackled the salmon while Reagan handled the steaks, with Wayne overseeing and plating every dish. Eventually, the red team was the first to serve up their entrees, and Chef Ramsay congratulated them for finding momentum.
Great job. Great finesse on that, Sav.
Thank you.
That looks beautiful.
Meanwhile, Wayne was under pressure because Reagan appeared completely all over the place.
She's all over the place.
Is it on? Is the oven off?
Oh, come on, Reagan. Don't look so lost.
They appeared a bit off their game, if you ask me.
Wayne.
Yes.
They've got momentum now, and you've gone backwards.
And then this happened.
Reagan,
Yes,
your
sir.
cloth's on fire. Be careful. Your towel.
Oh.
What? Here, give it to me.
Get rid of it.
On the red team, Jennifer made a mistake by serving raw salmon on a plate and has to start over. This marks the second raw dish she served tonight.
Raw.
Who's cooking the salmon?
I cooked it, so that's yes.
Slow down.
Yes, chef. Reset, guys.
So he didn't smash the salmon to mush like he'd have done if it were Hong Kong.
Look at it again. It's fucking shit. Absolute fucking shit.
Anyway, as Joe observed the diners, those eating the red team's food appeared more satisfied at this stage.
Oh, how was your filet? Good?
Flavor is fantastic. It's perfect.
Great. Enjoy your meal. Thank you.
But he had to return an undercooked filet to the blue team for correction.
Hey, Reagan,
Yes,
look
chef.
at me. It's undercooked. This is real.
Yes, chef.
Okay? They've complained about it, yes?
Yes, chef.
Do it again.
Okay.
Stop around.
Meanwhile, Grant served a rare steak that got sent back by a customer, ending their service on a sour note.
Moo. I mean, look at, touch it.
Cold and center,
It
Chef.
won't bite. Hey,
Got one on the way.
refire, please.
Refire right now.
Eventually, both teams managed to complete the dinner service and could finally breathe a sigh of relief. What a roller coaster. Chef Ramsay congratulated the blue team for their strong finish. However, based on his less than favorable reaction to the red team's performance, it seemed like the blue team might have done enough to win.
Clear down.
Yes, chef.
And thank God I didn't shut it down.
Disappointing Chef Ramsay comes with a price, and they learned it the hard way.
Red team, you may have been working next to each other, but you never worked as a team.
After deliberation, the judges decided that Sav would be eliminated in 6th place. Now, many viewers have questioned that. In MasterChef, since the prize includes cash, a trophy, a title, and, most importantly, a cookbook, what purpose does these restaurant takeover episodes serve? These contestants are all home cooks with no real experience leading a brigade. So how does this prove their MasterChef material, let alone worthy of their own cookbook? The challenge? A Mexican tag team task. Simple, right?
You'll be making a perfect platter of Mexican food.
Well, obviously there was a twist.
When we shout switch, you will trade positions.
Please, understand this.
Each team had 60 minutes, with Jeff, Daniel, Dino, and Yachesha kicking things off, knowing their partners would have to finish the job. Now, here's a fun thought. Ebony and Yachesha, two strong-willed, outspoken chefs, trying to work together. What could possibly go wrong?
They're very small tacos, smaller than that. I don't think it's gonna be enough. Not too big.
I don't think Ebony's very good at taking direction. Here's a big worry.
Oh, shocker. Chef Ramsay saw it coming. They were completely out of sync.
How are you guys working as a team? Because Jason put you guys together thinking that you were gonna completely clash. We're in butt heads.
And when it came time to present, Ebony wasted no time throwing Yachesha under the bus, claiming she had to do everything herself. Cue the argument.
I braised the lamb, I Frenched the chicken and cooked it. You didn't cook the chicken. I did cook the chicken.
Chef Ramsay took one look at their platter and found it just as messy as their teamwork.
I started it for her. No, I started the pat choux. I started it and we tagged it. It was back and forth, but she liked the new Jeff. Oh, wow.
But did that stop them from bickering in front of the judges? Not even a little. Fed up with the chaos, Chef Ramsay chastised them, pointing out their lack of harmony, and he was right. They were unable to set aside their egos to work together effectively.
I've never seen two individuals so distant from each other. There was no synergy, no harmony, but more importantly, you ignored each other.
So, how do you think it ended for them?
And what is this?
No chips and salsa.
Is it a magic trick?
Oh no. Worse than what I expected, but wait till you see what happened when they opened the tacos.
And what is that? I mean, seriously.
Yes, it looked disgusting. Turning to Yachesha, he jokingly asked her to say a prayer before he tasted the food. But I guess it didn't help much.
Thank you for my sick bag.
No way he called it a sick bag. Honestly, Ebony and Yachesha failed miserably.
And I think Jason has just hit a direct hit with both of you with one foot out the door. Good work, Jason.
But do you remember that time from Season 9, Episode 8, when the scene opens with the home cooks aboard a safari truck at the stunning Saddle Rock Ranch in Malibu? The ranch, known for its vineyards and exotic animals, including a giraffe dressed in a collar and tie, sets the stage for a special occasion, the wedding of MasterChef Season 7 winner, Sean and Katie.
You're going to be working in 2 teams.
Both teams will be making a stunning appetizer, followed by an incredible entree. But the proteins that we're cooking with will be up to both of you.
Sean and Katie request scallops for the appetizer and duck breast for the entree, 2 proteins notoriously tricky to cook perfectly and consistently.
Don't mess this up. I expect perfection.
The home cooks are divided into their usual red and blue teams, with captains selected by the judges based on those who have been flying under the radar.
We want to see what you can do in a position of leadership.
But then, the judges announce a twist.
I would like the team captains to switch aprons.
Oh, hell no.
Consequently, Junie now finds himself as the captain of Shanika's team.
Today we'll be judging based upon guest feedback, obviously how well you work in the kitchen, and of course the dishes you plate.
With no time to dwell on the switch, the teams rush to the cooking tent and dive straight into menu planning. Julia proves to be a strong presence in the kitchen, though she encounters some resistance from her team regarding her menu ideas.
Yes. I think underneath we should probably do some lentils, like something like a really nice vinaigrette.
I was just going a complete other direction, but like a watercress salad, blood orange supremes, crispy sprouts on top, basil oil.
But all those components, I don't know if we're gonna have time.
Despite this, she maintains her leadership position and eventually earns the support of her team. On the flip side, Junie appears to be seeking input on the menu, particularly since he is a vegetarian.
Do you guys think that we should pan-sear them in duck fat to kind of tie the 2 dishes together, or should I go with that?
No. I don't cook with scallops, I don't cook with duck, but I'm confident in my ability to cook anything that's put in front of me.
While he takes some advice on board, such as avoiding cooking scallops in duck fat to preserve their delicate flavor, he ultimately makes the final decisions on the menu. He decides to pair farro with the scallops and insists on orange zest mashed potatoes, despite objections from his team. Shanika voices her disbelief, saying,
Junie, you're not making sense right now. Freaking orange mashed potatoes? Who does that?
I couldn't agree with her more. Chef Ramsay checks in on Junie's team and listens to their menu plans. He interrupts Junie when he mentions farro.
Hold on, farro. It's a tough grain, it's wintry, we're in spring, we're in the Malibu hills. Has anyone questioned this?
Eventually, Junie decided to go with a celery root puree instead of farro. But the other fruity idea he had also sent Chef Ramsay in shock.
An orange zested mash. Put your hands in the air if you've ever seen an orange zested mash in any restaurant anywhere in the world.
I haven't eaten in a lot of restaurants around the world, but I can confidently say nobody serves them. I mean, what were they thinking? Chef Ramsay insisted they regroup and revise their menu.
Meet, discuss, move.
Yes, chef.
But, of course, Shanika had the last laugh.
Whew. Thank you, Jesus Gordon, for doing that. Junie, your ideas suck. And Gordon got your ass.
Chef Ramsay moves over to check on Julia's team, and trust me, what he saw left him in shock.
Stop! Who seasoned these?
We all did, Chef.
What happens to them when you season them before you cook them? Look at the water running out of them already.
The team hurriedly works to clean and dry the scallops to salvage their dish.
And now everyone's scrambling to dry them off and to get all the salt.
Let's go!
As the teams press on with their preparations, the wedding ceremony unfolds.
By the power vested in me, it's my honor to declare you both husband and wife. And now you may seal this declaration with a huge kiss.
Chef Ramsay then swiftly heads back to the kitchen to oversee the cooking process, where Aaron is expediting for Junie's blue team.
Here it is. I need a VIP 2-top for the bride and the groom.
Yes, chef.
After that, I need a 6 and a 5-top.
While Chef Ramsay takes charge of Julia's red team.
How long, Julia?
30 seconds. Scallops, I need them now.
Scallops up.
As it's time to serve the bride and groom, Junie's last-minute celery root puree turns out to be undercooked.
I need a time. How long?
So it is gonna be like another 10 minutes.
Another 10 minutes?
Yes.
No. Where's the puree?
Chef Ramsay decides they should ditch the puree rather than wait for it to cook properly.
We're all over the place. No one's communicating.
Taylor steps forward and suggests serving pickled carrots instead as a quick replacement. The scallop dishes are presented to the newlyweds. Unfortunately, the gastric has caused a pool of pink juice to form around their plate, which seems less than ideal.
Blue team, we have seared scallops with pickled carrots and blood orange gastrique.
The red team's mistake of seasoning their scallops early has prevented them from achieving a good sear. However, despite this setback, the bride and groom unanimously choose their dish as the tastier option.
Lentils, peppery.
It's nice peppery tones. They did a really good job pickling those carrots in a short amount of time. Flavor is better here.
sears better here.
But if you had to give me a vote right now, red team, blue team?
Red team.
Joe moves among the guests to gather feedback. The scallops from both teams receive mixed reviews.
Undercooked or overcooked? Because this one looks like a potato chip.
Aaron, expediting on Junie's team, speaks in fragmented sentences.
Let's go con ganas, muévete.
His voice elevated, punctuated by frantic hand gestures.
Come on, what the hell are you looking at?
He's nervous for them. Secondhand nervousness, if you will. Meanwhile, Chef Ramsay, overseeing Julia's team, expresses that the scallop are trashy and decides to pull a Marie Kondo with them.
And this is what bugs me. No one's giving me standards. And none of you'd eat that, but you're happy to serve it to a winner.
Once all the appetizers are served, the judges evaluate the dishes. Chef Ramsay notes that Julia's team started off poorly, but showed improvement towards the end. Aaron criticizes Junie, stating,
Junie has completely lost his voice. He was not leading, not delegating. Junie needs to step back up, delegate, and make sure that we can execute the way it should be to our standards.
Oh, poor Uni. He clearly needed to step up.
The garlic is going to be roasted before it's put into the mash. Thank you, Chef.
Shanika pulls Junie aside and recommends a fondant potato as a more elegant solution. Junie, however, informs her that the garlic mash is already in progress and insists they stick with it. He plans to pipe it onto the plate to make it more suitable for the wedding.
We're doing the mash in the piping bag so that we can make sure that we have consistency and it doesn't look bad.
All right, you're the captain.
Junie then inspects his troubled mash. SJ and Ralph are not peeling the potatoes properly. Instead, they are mostly cutting the skin off as they cube the potatoes for boiling. Junie brushes it off, saying it's fine, but it's obvious this oversight will reflect poorly on him.
You're not peeling?
Oh, we are peeling, but by cutting them first, like this.
Got it.
Of course, like a little bit of skin won't make too much of a difference.
Yeah, that's fine.
Chef Ramsay returns for another check-in and is understandably displeased with the irregular skin-on potato cuts.
We've got skin on, black eyes here. Now, when I said to you all, set yourselves up for success.
He is also frustrated that Junie planned to char Romanesco without a clear method to do so.
Charred Romanesco is on a charcoal grill. So what are we charring it on?
The team suggests using a cast iron pan, an open flame, or the broiler.
Well, that's not charred, is it? That's roasted.
Roasting.
I think they were gonna do it over the open flame. That's what I thought.
Open flame?
Yes, that's what I thought.
Flame. Oh my God! Speak up!
It's becoming clear that the blue team is in trouble. Chef Ramsay reaches his limit and does this.
You are not going to captain this team any longer. Have a meeting and somebody step up and run this team. If not, I'm going to run it.
Taylor steps up immediately. Her first decision is to adopt Shanika's suggestion of fondant potatoes. However, at this point, Taylor finds herself leading a team that seems to be sinking. Chef Ramsay inspects the team's sauce progress. Ashley, who has been working on a red wine sauce throughout the competition, has very little sauce prepared.
How many portions are here? Come on!
Maybe 12, Chef?
Taylor!
Chef Ramsay confronts her about this, and she starts to cry.
I give you a pin, I believe you, but you're just not with it. Hey, you're just wasting time.
Taylor steps in to reassure Ashley and instructs her to focus on making more sauce. Meanwhile, Chef Ramsay finds himself repeatedly asking Matt for potatoes.
Yeah, potatoes. Need the potatoes, yes, potatoes.
God almighty.
And again.
Hey. Yes, chef.
And again.
Sauce, potato head.
Frustrated, he jokingly tells Matt to
get it together.
Got chef.
In the end, the blue team presents a seared duck breast with fondant potatoes and charred Romanesco. Meanwhile, the red team serves duck breast with tricolor potatoes and mushrooms. Unfortunately, the bride and groom find the red team's duck undercooked.
Red team? This is a little sloppy. Potatoes and mushrooms are great, but the duck is a little under.
Yeah.
Which is a bummer, because they had such a strong showing on the appetizer.
Right.
Overall, guests experience varying duck temperatures from both teams, but they appear to prefer the side served by the red team. The last plate leaves the kitchens, and the red team congratulates themselves as they begin cleaning up. However, Joe discovers a whole table with severely undercooked duck.
It was literally blood red.
This was the duck from the red team.
Everything was really good.
Clean up?
So undercooked, you think?
Very
raw. Yes. I'll have them make them all again.
He rushes back to the red kitchen and insists on a refire just after the team has discarded all their sides and sauce. Now they have to create 4 new plates from scratch, adding to their anxiety.
Oh my God, the duck is raw. We have to remake the plates, but we've thrown away all of our ingredients.
Can you get the mushrooms in the pan now? What can I do?
Meanwhile, Sean and his bride are eager to announce the winning team.
2, 3.
Despite their last-minute refire, the red team still outperforms the struggling blue team, which faced difficulties from start to finish.
My saving grace was, when we switched captains, finally we had a little bit of authority. We got it together. Yes, it wasn't smooth, but I'm not expecting to be smooth. You made it hard for yourselves. You do deserve to lose.
Before leaving the venue, Chef Ramsay announces that Shanika and Taylor stood out positively on the losing team and are safe from elimination. This leaves 7 cooks remaining who are up for elimination. Though the team arrives in the MasterChef kitchen ready for battle in black aprons, they are surprised to learn
there is no pressure test.
Yep, Ralph, Bowen, Lindsay, Matt, and SJ are deemed safe from elimination. However, Chef Ramsay doesn't hold back in his critique. He expresses disappointment with Ashley for cracking under pressure and breaking down over her sauce. Junie receives even harsher criticism.
Possibly one of the worst performing captains I've ever witnessed. Ever.
Ultimately, Junie is eliminated for his poor leadership, which Chef Ramsay attributes to badly conceptualized menus and losing control of his team's direction.
You know, young man, you came in with the spark and the charisma, and we loved that attitude. But unfortunately, your team was doomed before they started yesterday.
You know, I've never quite grasped why leadership matters so much on MasterChef. I get it for shows like Hell's Kitchen, where the prize is supposedly a head chef job. On MasterChef, shouldn't it just be about making the tastiest and prettiest plate? Do you think Junie should have gotten a shot at redemption and battle it out on a pressure test? Make sure to let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to drop a like, subscribe, and turn on my post notifications.